Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? You are tuning in to the podcast. It's always sunny in the six. And as always, this is your host, Sunny. We are bringing to you another great episode. Today is a special day. Not only is it Monday, but it's also a big episode. This is episode number 50, the big 50. It's a big milestone. You know, we're 50 episodes deep. It's been quite the journey over the course of the last 1 year. I'm excited and proud of all the progress we've made up until this point, and super excited for the guests that are coming in the future pipeline as well. Thank you again for showing your support. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe and follow button on whatever listening platform you're on. Leave us a review. Follow us on Instagram as well, at Always Sunny in the Six. And of course, this week, guys, today I'm joined by a good friend of mine, Sonia Rayat. Sonia is a hustler. She's a go-getter. 2020 has been quite the year for her because she got herself involved in the world of investing. So she's in the studio today. We're talking a little bit about her journey into the investing world, how the progress that she's made as a network marketer, as an entrepreneur, as a go-getter. You know what? Let's just get right to it. Let's go.
All along with me.
Eventually, I mean, depends.
Like, would you stay in Toronto? Would you stay in the suburbs?
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Maybe I'll go a little bit further, invest into, like a pre-construction.
Right.
But definitely either in like a townhome or a house.
A house?
Eventually. Yeah,
Okay.
I need a bigger spot.
Yeah.
I'm 6 years now. It's been coming from a home.
Right.
Moving into a condo, and
How's the neighborhood? Like, you're right by Fairview Mall.
it's a great neighborhood.
I think it's up and coming. There's a couple condos there. There's new construction happening.
No, it's been up and coming.
It's been up and coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been up and coming.
It's like along the subway line. Honestly, that might be an area. So, when it comes
It's attached
to
to Don Mill Station.
exactly. Oh, Don Mill Station, right?
Yeah.
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 I'm thinking. I want to stay close to the city.
Yeah. It's great location.
Close to Toronto, just because I work in Toronto too.
Yeah.
So when things return back to normal, whenever they do, I'm gonna have to come back to the office, right? So I think anywhere close to the Gardner, the Highway, maybe Park Lawn, Mimico area.
Yeah.
Maybe Riverside.
I like Park Lawn area.
It's gonna be interesting because I feel like with the real estate market, as people are moving back home, take my case as an example. There's implications there, in the market, and there's a catch up. It's a lag, if that makes sense, right? I think it's a good opportunity to get into the condo market.
Yeah, you see me struggle with this.
Are you okay with the quality of the sound? Like,
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
I feel like I sound stuffy. Do I sound stuffy? I sound stuffy.
No, not at all. No,
Yeah.
no. It's always interesting the first time when you put the headphones on, because it's like, hey, is this how I sound?
You have a great voice. By the way, I was listening to your podcast. I'm like, yo, Sunny has a sick voice.
It's funny that you say that.
Really good for podcasting. And I was listening, and I think I just, because you're like, listen to a few before you come on, whatever, you get a feel. So I was listening, whatever, and I'm like, yo, he has a great voice for this. I'm like, I want to keep listening. So I love that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's interesting because I feel like we're our worst self-critic. I hate my voice. I hate my voice. Once I went, like, when I go through the edit the first time, I only try to do it. I minimize it. I do it once, and I'll maybe listen to the podcast again once it's on streaming platforms, and I never listen to it again.
Yeah.
So, because I'm like, I hate my voice. I hate how I sound.
When I do videos, when I'm on my story, because you've seen it, I don't try to, like, I'll go back maybe once or twice.
Right.
And then I'm like, okay, because I'll be like, oh, fuck, I messed up there.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I shouldn't have. And then, it's hard. Like, you're talking to a screen, but I'm recording. Like, it takes me like 10 tries sometimes. And I'm like, why can't I get my words right?
Right.
But
I feel like like when you're diving into the content, like, I feel like you're good.
Yeah.
Like, you're confident. I feel like you're meant to be on video.
No, okay, I appreciate that.
For me, like,
that's good feedback.
I'm good with the audio, but I hate a camera in my face, and that's part of the main reasons why I never really introduced a camera yet on the podcast, outside of the virtual ones that we were doing earlier on when the pandemic first happened. But Yeah, I mean, I might, maybe
Yeah.
like a bird's eye view or something in the corner.
Yeah, something that you're not really paying attention to.
Yeah.
Right? Because when you're on video, you're seeing yourself, right? And then the thing, though, what I like about it is that at first, yes, it was very uncomfortable because I'm like, this is how I look. Wow. Like, and then you kind of get distracted and you're like, oh, what are people going to think? Right. But then going back and like listening to myself, watching myself, I'm like, okay, I know where to tweak myself. Like, you know, you're kind of like going back and relearning and trying to see where can I improve. And it's definitely helpful.
It's like, a lot of work, man.
It's like a lot of work.
It's like, you know, especially with TikTok. It's like, okay. It's like, the other day I was like, man, I'm going to admit it anyways. I don't care. So me and my girl were trying to do the Corvette dance.
The fucking Corvette.
Guys, I'm trying to stay relevant here, all right?
Goddamn Corvette dance, man.
So, you know, I was drunk. It was like whatever, New Year's. And I was like, we're trying our best to do it. But it's funny because it's like, I can't even count the number of reiterations and number of times we tried doing it
it's
to perfect
hard to coordinate.
To perfect it, but we got nowhere close to perfecting it.
Yeah. Also, side note, you have pinya on there, man.
Oh yeah,
I have a
shout out to my mom.
Shout out to moms and pinyas. I have a dabba this big, like huge, of pinya, and I'm like, who are you feeding?
It's pinya. It's crazy. My mom, when she made the pinya. So for our non-brown listeners, pinya are like these protein balls almost. That's probably the best way to explain it. Yeah,
they're really healthy for you.
Very healthy. There's like 30 different ingredients.
They have all these like seeds and like seeds, and I don't know what else she puts in there, but like they're amazing. They're really. I don't know. Does your mom put raisins?
Honestly, I don't know what she puts in there.
There's some raisins in
I'm
mine.
actually looking up what are the main ingredients.
There's like some nuts.
All sorts of seeds.
Really healthy stuff in there. But I love my mom's pinya.
But yeah, it's good. It's healthy. So she made a shitload of pinya and she gave me like a whole box of them to give to Roop's family. Yeah. And it was literally, you could feed an entire fucking village.
Because you know what? When you make it, it's such a process.
Yeah.
And it's like in those really big, like, patile and those really big, like...
yeah.
What do you call them?
Anyways, feel free to help yourself to one.
To a pinya. I have a lot of pinya at home. My mom would be like, what? Yeah. You had pinya elsewhere? I made all these pinya, you know.
What have you been? How was your holidays? How was Christmas?
Holidays? They were nice.
I was gonna say how was your break, but I feel like you're always grinding.
I'm always grinding. Yeah. Honestly, like I love this phrase, but honestly, if the pandemic didn't bring out the hustle in you, it ain't in you. You know what I mean? Like, but it's been great.
Yeah.
Like I keep myself busy, and even during the holidays, you know, we jump on team calls. We're always kind of still like in the loop of things.
Right.
We're a huge
team. What's your typical grind day look like? Like, do you have a morning routine? Do you get up early in the morning? Do you?
Yeah. So I'm a late sleeper, but
join the club.
I'm a decent riser. Like I'm not super early. I try not to look at my phone for the first 15, 20 minutes of waking up. It's so easy, like to just. Like, oh my God, what did I miss? And you go on social media, whatever. So I try not to do that.
How good are you at that? Like,
what?
Like we always say, I try not to do it.
Seriously, I catch myself. Rate like? When I catch myself, I'm like, Sonia, what are you doing? And then anxiety kicks in because you're like, oh my God, maybe some people are early risers or, you wake up and you're like, wow, there's, so many questions and, I have a team now. So they're always kind of needy, which is great. I love it.
Yeah.
But it's so important for you to you're going to be seeing your screen, you're going to be, checking up on people all day. Mm-hmm. Take the time in the morning and really even if it's just 15 minutes, just do it.
Yeah,
don't look at your phone. And it's hard. It's definitely hard. I think I have like a 70% success rate. 70%.
It's still a lot better than me. Like, I think I've been hearing a lot about that too. Like try not to use your phone before you go to bed. Try not to look at your phone. It's hard because it's like
I work off my phone. So
it's not just even work. It's like if I go on a 30-day detox off of social media, I feel like I'd be so disconnected with what's happening in the world.
Mad FOMO.
Like imagine if when COVID first
Serious
struck and
FOMO.
I decided to go on a digital detox and 30 days later, what the fuck happened?
What happened? Yeah, all these. Yeah.
So I think there's I don't feel informed if I don't have my phone with me.
That's true. That's one thing about social media.
Yeah.
You don't miss a thing. So I do try to give myself 20 minutes or so, 15 minutes.
That's good.
I'm really big with like affirmations.
Right.
You know, start your day off journaling something, you know, what you want to accomplish for your day, even if it's just one thing.
What's the success rate of that? Do you do that daily?
I do that daily.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So no matter what, like how busy I get, because I work full time, right? So, you know, 20 minutes to myself in the morning. You know, we have a huge group chat too where we actually write out affirmations.
Right. How big are those group chats? And we'll get to
Huge.
that. Yeah?
Yeah, we're pretty big.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
keeps growing. It's awesome.
Nice.
So yeah, I try to, you know, I start with that every morning, and then I start work, right? I start work, but make a list. Like if it's during my lunch break, you've seen me, like I'll start posting on my story.
Right.
Lunch break, after work, or even sometimes if I can squeeze in a little bit of time here and there. We're on our phones anyways.
Right. I feel like
Literally,
I feel
right?
like, you know, an interesting observation is when you share things on social media, sometimes people are like, dude, you know, why do you share so much? Right. But for me, I like I'm big on social media.
Yeah.
You know, you can find out if I don't post today,
Yeah.
either I'm hungover and sick
Yeah, sounds
or
like-
something tragic has happened.
Like what's wrong, Sonia? Are you
Right.
okay?
Let alone like 3 days. But yeah, like I think for me, accountability is huge. So I'm like going back to some of the posts that you share. Like I feel like, you know, when you put it out there that I'm going to do something, for some people it kind of it makes them accountable, because it's like, if I don't do it, then am I going to be that guy? Right. That's
Exactly.
why I like working
Yeah.
out. For example, sometimes we post regularly because it puts you in a position of being accountable.
Yep.
And also it's a reminder of you accomplishing something, because
Absolutely, yeah.
I feel like I can archive, like it sucks.
It's a track record.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
think about your phone. Like I have the other day I just got this phone, like maybe 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And it's already full.
Yeah.
I don't never like I have duplicate photos, videos, like I have all these memories, but it's not like I go through them regularly, right? But the good thing with Instagram and social media is I can go to the archive section and memories and be like, oh, I wonder what I did today.
Exactly. A year
5
ago.
years
or
ago,
5
a year
years
ago.
Yeah.
It archives it better, and I think
Yeah.
that's why I like to put shit on social media.
Yeah.
For that reason, right?
I agree with you. Seriously, like going back, the one time that like I made the decision, I was like, I'm gonna like lose all this weight and I'm gonna, you know, hold myself accountable. I started posting.
Right.
And I do like meal prep Sundays, and I would post my workouts, like just a selfie or something, right?
Yeah.
And people used to message me seeing my progress. They're like, Sonia, like you're so motivating. You know, like you're motivating me to do better. And seeing your progress, like, wow, you've made such a big change. I dropped like 25 pounds in 3 months.
That's
4
amazing.
months. I mean,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
intense.
Good for you.
But that mentality of holding yourself accountable, posting it, and be like, hey, if I miss a day, people are watching me.
Right.
You know, I'm like, I can't miss a day.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
and so
yeah.
it does subconsciously help you.
Yeah,
you
and
know,
then
accomplish
not only motivating others, but it continues to motivate you,
Exactly.
because then you're like,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, all right.
But then when you get that positive feedback, it just makes you want to do it more too.
yeah,
You know?
like it's like I would get the random message sometimes and being like, hey, I heard this episode, or you know what you have here is incredible.
Yeah.
It's those single comments that really make my day, more than the number of listeners I have or how many people downloaded this episode.
Yeah.
It's those comments, because I'm like, damn, people are out there actually listening to us.
Yeah.
And it could be
makes
like-
you feel so good.
And it's like, even if it's bullshit,
Yeah.
you know, I think that, you know, I kind of want to focus on the positives of social media sometimes, and, you know, podcasting and other content, and for content creators, because like, yeah, we're physically away from each other and we can't socialize, but that doesn't mean we can't socialize via social media
You can still
and
connect.
the internet. You can still connect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now more than ever. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this time has proven that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's been what were you doing? Like, do you recall back in March, like COVID, like
Yeah.
what were your initial reactions? What were you thinking when this first happened?
First of all, I was like, not a lockdown. What do you mean? Global
Yeah.
pandemic? No way. And then as soon as I get the call or we get a meeting at work and everyone's like, yeah, everyone's going to have to stay at home and this and that. And I'm like, oh, wow, like this is really happening. And something that I never experienced, obviously. None of us
I don't
have.
think any of us
None
have,
of us
yeah.
have, right, obviously. But yeah, it was different. Nobody really knew what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't know what to do. And then we were just talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
House party came on this night. You just like, you're just drinking for no reason. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock hits, and you know, as soon as you're done work, like we used to have Zoom calls or like house party calls with my team at work.
Yeah.
And we're like, hey, it's 4:00. Let's crack open a beer. Let's cheers. Like, and we would drink together.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing, because it felt like a hey, like I have a hall pass, or like it's a mini vacation.
I remember
and you didn't
that.
think it was gonna last this long.
Yeah, I remember that. Like I remember when literally March struck, we were in the lockdown. Everyone was on Zoom.
Yeah.
House party.
Yes.
You would have those Friday, and then birthdays.
Birthdays.
People who had birthdays in like March, April, May. It was all like Zoom.
It was all Zoom.
Like Zoom.
I celebrated my birthday via Zoom. My birthday was in May.
I think I was on there.
Yeah, I invited you.
I attended a lot of birthdays.
Yeah, me too.
Sometimes I get invites, like, so I'm not going to disclose who, but I hope she's not listening. But I got invited to a birthday party, and Amita was on there too. We didn't know anybody else.
Yeah.
And it was like 50 people almost. And one of the games was like, okay, tell us how you met the birthday person.
Okay.
And everybody went in a turn. If you have 6 or 7 people in the group, it's a different story. If you have fucking 50 people, and some people were going on like 8-minute, 9, like these lengthy stories of da-da-da. And I'm like, midi body, it's my turn now. It's my turn now. Dude, I swear to God, I was like near the end. I was like number 46, 47.
Oh my God. And then you're like, what are you going to do? You probably be drinking the whole time.
Yeah, by the time my turn came, I'm like...
You're like, I'm smashed.
That's exactly what it was. It was like, fuck. The speech that I had, I mean, I had plenty of time. I knew exactly what I was going to say.
The anticipation, you're like,
but
yeah.
Every hour or every drink I consumed, like a sentence from that speech just dwindled. It just got...
It got shorter and shorter.
Shorter and shorter. I'd be like, you're great. That was a lot more than that.
That's funny.
But yeah, and that's, going back to that, I think you're right. I think everybody was on Zoom. I mean, this podcast I did it virtually. It was fun, and it wasn't fun. It was it was fun, but it was cool because I thought it was temporary. Mm-hmm. But at that time, there was also a level of uncertainty. I was like, what's going to happen? Like, how bad is this virus?
Yeah.
And I think fast forward to today, it's still bad, but it's like, I think we all are a little tired.
For sure.
Fatigue.
I remember when you first, you posted about it, I was like, that's amazing. That's so sick. And I love that you stayed on track with it, even consistent.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that the secret ingredient or the glue that kind of keeps your arsenal of habits together is consistency. Yep. Consistency and discipline, I think, are the bread and butter, right? I think, you try something enough times, you'll learn to tweak it over time. And get better and get better.
There's no such thing as perfect, right? And if you want to do something, even if you're like, yeah, I made this decision, I'm going to do it, just stay the course, be consistent. Even on days that you don't feel like doing it, just do it anyways.
Right. Did you, on that note, talking about consistency, what was your biggest silver lining of 2020?
There's a few of them, man.
Yeah.
But honestly, it was making a decision to want something better and different. And you know me, I've always kind of, dabbled into other things before I got into this space with my online business. But staying the course and surrounding yourself with people who have what you want, right? Like, that is the biggest motivator, Right. And like for me, I was like, okay, like if like I said, if I don't do this now, we're home anyways. We have all this time. I'm never gonna do it. Like life goes back. We're gonna be caught up in that space again, and it's just like you're never gonna do it. Like you're gonna come up with so many excuses. So I'm like, this is the time to, if you want something different, you want to work towards your dreams, like do it.
Right.
And just kind of take that leap. And have faith in yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like believe in yourself. And it's hard, right? Like, and I know a lot of people have been going through they've been going through a tough time during this time, right?
But I think what you mentioned right now is that's key. Like for the people that find it hard to find that level of motivation, surround yourself with people that are motivated.
Yeah, like if you're the average of the 5 people that you hang around with.
Yep.
So.
I think that's like probably the 199th time
You've heard that
I've heard that on the podcast.
Oh, really?
But it's absolutely true.
It's so true.
Like you're the product of literally the books you read, but more importantly, the people you surround yourself with.
Exactly.
Right? Like,
so that's why I say surround yourself with people who have what you want. Even if you're not there, just show up.
yeah, yeah.
Be around them. Ask questions. Be like, hey, how did you get there?
Right, right.
Right? And with the right people and the right, you'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
But if your situation, like I said, if you're in a situation you're stuck, well, rewind and be like, hey, how can I change my surroundings?
Right.
What are the things that am I reading? What am I looking at? Waking up. What are my habits?
Right.
And what limiting beliefs do I have?
Right.
Get to know yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. And once you kind of get to know yourself and you break that down, you then can work towards something different. But it all starts with you.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think if you look at it from a balance, there's things you can control and there's things that you can't control.
Yeah.
Right. The circumstances that were sometimes provided, like for example, this pandemic, maybe it could be a relationship breakup, maybe it could be getting into a shitload of debt, maybe it's a business that failed. The biggest thing is back at it again.
There you go. I got you.
It's like things you control, things you can, and honestly, things you can control are things that you do, like their habits, what you do with the time that's provided to you. What do you do when you wake up? Do you sleep in? Do you get up early? Right.
Yeah.
And then when you start realizing that there's things that you can do better in your life, instead of pointing fingers at the things around you and the circumstances that you're in, you'll realize that it doesn't matter what bullshit that you're in, you'll eventually crawl out of it.
Exactly.
That's what we do.
But
that's how we've evolved.
The first step is becoming aware of that.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with you. Mm-hmm.
But if you don't have self-awareness and you're just like, oh, why am I like this? And you hate the way that you are, well, try to figure out where the root cause is, become more aware of what you're doing. Maybe it's your daily habits or whatever. What do you have to change, right?
Right.
And once you figure that out, like you said, stay the course and be consistent with it, and you'll see the change.
Yeah.
You'll see the change. And I've felt that. I feel like for me, that's been my biggest change in myself in the last 7-8 months.
So you mentioned wanting more and doing more was one of your biggest silver linings of the year.
Yep.
What was that? You got involved with Forex?
Yeah, so I've always wanted to get into that space,
right.
But you come across all these profiles and people trying to sell you on certain things, and you're just like, yeah, it doesn't seem like it's legit, right?
Right.
And they're all out there. I mean, I get it all the time. Forex is a scam. What do you mean? What part of, what kind of scheme are you part of, and this and that? And I'm like, listen, the whole world is a scheme. It's just your perspective. And I think what it was is people just lacked the education, right? And I wanted to get into that space. I'm I want to learn how to, invest my money, make my money work for me. I work a 9 to 5, so I know how to work for money. I needed to learn the other side of it, right? And so that's what I did. I was seeking, and I came across my mentor, my mentor. I came across her profile, and she was a female, which you don't normally see a lot of females get into this space, right?
Right.
And a lot of people are not marketing it, right? And that's where the whole network marketing comes in. But I really, I started following her, and I was like, oh wow, this is awesome. I want to be a part of this, I want to start learning. You just don't know where to start. You can watch YouTube channels and videos, and you can read books, but for someone like me who doesn't have that much time,
right?
I was like, I don't have time to sit there and research what types of videos or introduction books and stuff I'm gonna read.
Right.
And so when I came across her profile, I was like, okay, I connected with her, and that's the whole reason why I even felt comfortable reaching out and saying, hey, can you tell me more about what you do? How did you get started?
Right.
And for someone that comes with no experience, where do you start from? And so learning this skill set has been awesome. It's been amazing. But I leverage systems. So I bought into, a system where I don't have to do all of the research and all the market analysis myself.
Right.
I'm leveraging experts, right? And then, I'm learning.
Is that copying trades?
Yeah, copying trades. But I'm also learning. So if you want to become an expert trader, that's you have that available to you. It's like a university. It's like a Harvard of Forex and stocks. And it's not just Forex, it's stocks, it's in cryptocurrency. And so when my initial what do you call it? Drive was to learn the skill set, right? And I did learn it. I trade on my own. I'm not an expert though. But then I was like, okay, like, I invest into this AI. There's an AI that I invested in. And there's so many other things, right? Like I was like, wow, I never knew like this whole space existed.
Right.
And so,
well, that's what like the foundation of high frequency trading and all that stuff is. Literally.
And it just really opened my eyes. I'm like, what? I'm like, why didn't I start this shit sooner? And I didn't even know like how the foreign exchange market works.
Right.
Like, so being educated in that, I'm like, this is crazy. It's the largest market after real estate.
Yeah.
It's like average on like $6 trillion a day market. It's crazy.
Daily.
Right?
And
daily.
like, it literally eclipses any other market out there. Whether it's a commodities market, exchange market, the Dow Jones, and currencies constantly having day and night. Right, money coming in and out of countries.
Exactly, it's
24/7 payments and all that. Right, currencies. So I mean, I've done Forex. I actually took a course. Maybe this is.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Uncle Ted, yeah, this is.
You never told me that.
Yeah, this is years ago.
I've known you for how long? It's not you never told me that.
Uncle Ted did that maybe like 2 years ago, I think.
Cool.
Yeah, I did that. So just basic, like laid the foundation brickwork. And daily pips, chasing pips, and not the dollars and whatnot, et cetera, et cetera. But,
catching pips.
But I guess you nailed it there. Like there's a difference between, obviously it takes a lot of work. You need to sit down. But if you don't know where to get started, I think courses help because there's a level of guidance. There's a level of commitment. Because if you don't rise to the occasion, if you don't know what you're talking about, you're not going to make any progress, right?
For sure. So that's what I liked about it. It was like literally like, what is a pip intro, like super beginner, and then you get into like your intermediate and then advanced courses. And we also have like live sessions too. So experts that have been doing this for like 20 plus years, will do live sessions.
Well, I like the aspect of copying trades, because if you're someone that doesn't have the
leverage
luxury
systems, man, leverage systems.
Like the luxury to learn, then you can actually like copy trades.
You learn and you earn at the same time. It's a win-win situation, right? And again, if you want to become a trader, you can, right? But yeah, I started that and I loved it. I made some good money, especially during like the elections and stuff. It's crazy. Yeah. But even during COVID,
well, there's that news effect, right? Because every time there's a major global, some sort of news event. Yeah. Especially if it's related to politics, government, you always see that spike in some sort of currency pair, right? So, so you've been doing that for the. How did you? So, from joining the team, to now, I think you're up there in the ranks, right?
Yeah.
What's network marketing? Like, explain that to me. That
literally, it's a people business, right? It's like same thing as affiliate marketing. We do it all the time anyways when we're out to dinner or for, posting something. We're like, oh, this Starbucks, this, that. You're marketing for a company, right? But you're just not getting paid for it, right? Same thing with like, let's say Uber. Uber, same thing. It's the same concept. Uber, let's say you order something and on your app, you'll be like, hey, refer a friend, you'll get $10, right? Right. It's affiliate marketing. That's affiliate marketing. That is network marketing. And so if you are part of a company that whatever product or service that they sell, it could be Forex and trades and learning how to, invest, or it could be shampoo, like Monet and stuff. But whatever it is, you're using the products, right? So you're a customer of the product, but then you're just marketing it. And so you're a salesperson as well, right? So you're selling that product to other people and you're helping them get involved. Right. So that's how it started with me. At first, I was like, I just want to learn the skill set. This is something that, hey, Wi-Fi money, I could be halfway across the world or on a beach and I can make money off my phone. Why not? Right? And
it's like something you can do anytime. Because
anywhere.
In 24 hours, there's at least one market open somewhere around the world, right?
Absolutely. So. Yeah, there's different time frames for different markets.
Yeah.
So initially, that was that's why I got started.
Okay.
And then I was like, then I saw the network marketing side and the payment structure and the rank ups and how much you can get paid. And I was like, oh, wow, like this is crazy.
Right.
Like, why wouldn't I want to do that? I love connecting with people. I'm making money off this.
Right.
You know, I'm actually making money off our system. It's a great platform.
Right.
So there's enough money to go around, you know, especially during this time. I'm like, there's enough money to go around. If I can help somebody, just like how I was helped, just like how I was maybe searching for something and I came across this profile
Right.
of this woman, and she's talking about, you know, learning the skill set and becoming a leader, and, you know, just seeing her progress. Like, I kind of creeped up on her story and her highlights.
Right.
And I was like, this is amazing. Like, we're in a pandemic. I'm working full time, but I can make a side hustle off this, right?
I feel like you're also part of a community too then in one respect, right? Because it's like, I guess I understand network marketing, and in this case, the product becomes, is it Forex education or is it Forex?
Yeah, it's education. So we have education in literally all the financial markets.
Right, right.
So Forex, and then cryptocurrency. We all know Bitcoin
It's been a big rally for crypto, for Bitcoin especially.
Me.
What is it at now? 50,000.
It's about like 50 or 51,000.
It's the highest it's ever been.
Canadian.
Yeah.
It's the highest it's ever been, and it'll probably pull back a little bit before it shoots back up.
Do you know like what's been driving it so high? Where's this rally coming from? Like,
it could be anything. I don't know. To be honest, it's a lot of people who are trading it now too. Right. And just the way that
you think it's more of like a speculation play that's driving up the cost, or driving up the price?
It could be many like factors, but
like
we all know
I believe in crypto. Like, I think that crypto it's
the future.
Like the whole blockchain technology, and I think that it's interesting because crypto. I look at crypto whether depending on whatever you trade, but then the exchange, it's like something behind. Like governments don't get involved. It's outside. It's beyond the governments, right?
Beyond the government.
Right now, like
they hate it.
The global monetary system, right? The printing of money is literally managed by governments.
Yep.
Now you're introducing a different level of digital currency exchange,
and they have no
where
control over
there
it.
is no printing of money, and so because it goes beyond government, it's a completely different exchange, right?
Yep.
And it's pretty fucked up, because I think the rally is because it's like a hedge right now, because it's like it's doing better because there's a loss of faith in the government worldwide. There's no trust in government worldwide.
Yeah.
And so I think the people are going to be pushing away and pulling away from your typical traditional currency system if there was some sort of toppling of worldwide government regimes, which is highly unlikely, but honestly, who would have predicted this fucking pandemic?
Yeah.
Anything is possible, right? So
it's true.
So
the power of crypto, man. Honestly, I wish I got into the space
Well, you're here now,
earlier.
So you've been.
I am. I'm grateful. I'm here to stay. Yeah. I'm here to stay now. I'm riding that wave for sure.
Yeah. Are you just doing Bitcoin? Or are you investing in other?
Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and a little bit of Theta as well.
Okay.
But I'm still,
What wallet do you use?
So we have I'm on Binance, and we have our own as a company. So we're on CoinZoom.
Okay.
It's like actually our own cryptocurrency, but we have a.
Oh, you guys have your own wallet.
Yeah, we have our own wallet. So we have those two for sure.
Right,
and then through network marketing, I chose to get paid in Bitcoin. So every Friday I get paid in Bitcoin, and then it goes through my ShakePay account.
Yeah.
So with ShakePay, if you have money in BTC, as it goes up, like whatever I got paid already, and as it goes up, it keeps increasing. Like my money is just growing.
Yeah.
So it's a few different ways. But it's been great.
I think when people think about like Bitcoin and crypto, they think of like unicorns, because it's like it's there, but they don't know how to see it, how to get involved, because it's a bit of a process. Even if you do Google it, like.
But to be honest, it's not. You can download ShakePay right now on your app, on your phone. You fund your account.
Right.
And you can literally just let it sit there in Bitcoin.
Right.
You don't have to buy a full coin. You can buy portions of a coin. You can just put.
So it's dollar weighted. So if I want to buy.
And every week, like if you can't afford $50,000 a coin, obviously, just keep putting money into it.
Right.
Slowly every week.
And what if I want to liquidate? Like, how is that? Is that
easy?
You can take money out too?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
It's connected to your bank account, so you just hit transfer like how you would do an EFT or whatever through your banking app.
Right.
And it goes straight to
Because
your
there's been I remember a couple of years, like I swear Bitcoin was at 9,000, 10,000.
Dude, beginning of 2000, of last year was at like $11,000
Yeah, because I had a couple
just
people
in 1 year.
mining people. I know people that were mining Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Not going to say who, but they were mining. Tremendous amount of servers were needed and whatnot. But back then, when they were mining, it was literally sitting at 10,000. You're right. Like September 2019, it was sitting at 10K.
Trust me.
Wait, it was literally. Oh, wait, okay. This rally. So for people that don't know, Bitcoin was 15,000 in September 2020.
Yeah.
15K. It's now at 50. So
Yeah, it's crazy.
it's pretty nuts.
And so, like, I have money sitting in, my ShakePay account that increases as Bitcoin increases. And then I also, part of our system, not just Forex, we have crypto. So we have crypto trade alerts that come out. You can participate. You have to obviously create your own account with Binance, and you have to manually put in those trades, but we teach you how to do that. But we also have an AI. So we have an artificial intelligence, I won't name the company, that we're partnered with, but literally 6 different strategies. It trades in BTC and Ethereum. And you can choose between an alpha or a beta strategy. One is high risk, high reward. One is more moderate, plays it safe. Or you can mix and match. You can compound it. You can put, it's a minimum of 1,000 for each strategy. You can put as much as you want.
Right.
But that will actively trade it. So our AI is one of the best.
Right.
Takes you in at the right time, takes you out at the right time, relearns the algorithm. And so if you have money trading in that, and it's hands-free, you don't have to do shit all. It's making you more money, right? And so I have, my money in a couple of those strategies as well.
It's financial literacy is one thing, but I think that there needs to be, so many of us, all of us are employed. Well, sorry, I should say most of us are.
Yeah.
But when we get employed, we make money, and at the bare minimum, I think I look back at generations, like even our parents, savings, checkings, and maybe a high interest savings account.
Oh, don't even get me started with high interest savings accounts.
There's so much more that can be done with your money to make money.
How we were brought up. The concept of saving.
Yeah.
Open up a savings account and slowly put in money. Slowly put in money. You're going to save. You're going to slowly put in money in your savings. Banks will teach you, not teach you, but they're like, put your money in a high interest savings account, lock it in for a year.
Right.
What's your guaranteed return in a year? 0.5%, 1%.
Right.
How is literally your money is not doing anything for you.
It's not, yeah.
And what they do is, and I hate to be, really transparent here, but they invest your money in these markets.
Well, that's what it is. The currency exchange is based on these banks. It's our savings accounts, right? So
80% of Forex, that market is dominated by the banks.
Yeah.
It's driven by the banks.
I believe that.
It is.
So I think a lot of there's probably people that don't know that.
For sure.
So
a lot of people
here's a
don't know
news flash for you guys.
Good news.
But okay, so you were saying 0.5%. If you invest in even Spider, right, which is literally just an ETF that follows the S&P 500, on average, I think the S&P has been making anywhere from 5 to 7% annually. Mm-hmm. This ETF, you invest once, hands off, and you're making more than what would be sitting in your bank account.
Yeah.
It's these little things people don't know and people aren't aware.
Yeah, because what do we do now? We want to exchange any type of currency. Where do we go? We go to the bank.
Right.
Right? You want to go for, you want to get house loans. We always go to the bank.
Yeah.
The bank has all of our money, has everybody's money. Right? But you don't realize it. And when I tell this to people, they're like, oh, that's actually true. You have a savings account, you want to take out $5,000. Yeah. Right? You can't just walk in and be like, I want to take out $5,000. Yeah. They're going to be like, well, you're going to have to put an order in because, and come back in 1 to 2 business days.
Right.
You're like, but why? My money's in there. It's actually not in there.
Yeah.
They're using that to trade in these markets and make money for themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
And an AI, for example, that, we invest in, and something that gives you 200%, 400%, 500, 600% return in 1 year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, sorry, that's a down payment on a house.
Right. But that's not guaranteed, though, right?
It's not guaranteed. Each strategy will fluctuate, but honestly, we've been.
But for the most part, yeah,
we've been on track.
Yeah.
You will make money. Yeah. You're gonna make way more than 0.5% or 1% from the bank.
Yeah, I mean these AIs these AIs are literally the heartbeat of high frequency trading. Mm-hmm. It's not like your typical. When your average Joe might think of the stock market, to think of people physically there.
Yeah.
doing their buys and sells, but that's not really the case.
That's not it. And
Yeah.
this is the future, right? Like, people are not trading time for money.
So I guess the moral of this conversation particularly is that if you are making money, make sure that that money makes you money.
Exactly.
Right. You don't want to be sitting on money and that's it. The job's not done.
No.
Job's not done. You know, you make, so here's an example. Here's a quick tip that I found on TikTok. So RRSPs are still something that a lot of people are having a hard time understanding what RRSPs are and how they work, right? A quick hack for those people who don't know is, you know, you have your registered retirement savings plan, and, you know, the more you put into it, the government will reward you with a tax refund. But people don't understand how this works. So if you put in $35,000 of savings in your RRSP, $35,000 is gone. It's in there, right? I make $100,000 a year, let's say. I will get taxed, but over the year, I paid taxes according to 100K. But if I put $35,000 in RRSP, I will only get taxed based on 100 less 35, which is 65K. So it clearly shows that I paid more taxes. So I'll get a tax refund of about $15,000, right? Now, when it comes to buying a home, I can take out the 35 because the first time home buyer's incentive. I can take out the 35. Now I have the 15K from the tax refund. I have 50K as down payment.
Yeah.
Right. It's a quick little hack. But this is what comes when you go visit like a financial advisor. They give you these kind of tips and suggestions. And I think that financial literacy is literally something that I don't have a number, but a good chunk of the population are really lacking.
They don't teach you this stuff in school.
They do not.
They don't know. They don't teach you how to do life.
Yeah.
This is the stuff, like, once you're out of school and you're out of that bubble, you're like, wow, I have to do life. Where do I start?
Yeah.
I have no guidance.
It's like the most important thing, like credit card.
It's
credit
the
cards,
most important thing.
And instead we're told how to fucking make freaking how to do mime in drama class.
Oh God, right? Honestly, they should dedicate courses to this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think they started. There's been a bit of a shift in the curriculum, but you know, I think it's important. Like, kids need to be taught at a very young age, because, you know, at the same time, I feel like we've been pried on. Like, think about when you go to university and all those kiosks that would be sitting at York. Did you go to York?
Yeah, I went to York.
Okay, York, yeah. Funny story, by the way, we'll get to that later, but like York Lanes. Yeah. And, you know, I'm on my way to Blueberry Hill, get a picture. Wait, $5,000 credit card. What do you need from me?
My first credit card was from York. It's the MBNA one. I have that one.
I had the BMO one that they looped me in. Like, sign right here. I'm like, okay, give me a card. Oh, what? I got OSAP and 5 racks? I'm good.
Yeah.
But that's pretty fucked up. It's dangerous because that's what happens. And I think that shouldn't be allowed, first of all.
I agree.
But yeah, I think, you know, the funny story I was going to say is me and Sonia know each other. Like, we got reacquainted through Amita.
Yeah. But apparently we've known each other since we were like...
Since we were like wee little kids.
Little tattoos running around.
I was trying to find a video and picture, like, I was having a mom.
You keep telling me about this.
I'm going to find it. I'm going to show you.
I need to see this.
100%.
Every time.
I was digging through the archives yesterday. I was trying to find it, but I couldn't. But there's a video somewhere.
You keep talking about this
video. It's like you and Umber.
I mean, my brother, me and Umber.
And your mom, I think, was there
Umber
too.
remembers you. Umber's like, he remembers.
How's he doing?
He's good.
Yeah?
Dad of 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Shit.
Yeah, dad of 2 is, you know, like...
Life is moving fast.
But he's doing good. He's doing well, you know, working, and he's a good father.
That's good.
I told him I was over there like 2 days ago, and I looked at him, I'm like, hey, I'm really proud of you. Like, you're a great dad. You know, and it's great to see.
Where do they live? Like, are they in the East End, West End?
Yeah, East End.
Okay, nice, nice.
East End.
That's good. I'm happy.
Yeah, he's doing good.
It's like we're all growing up.
Well, you kind of have to. You kind of have to, right? Like, you can't be a kid all your life. I mean, you can, but
I mean, I'm forever gonna be a kid
for sure.
Yeah,
in here, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think at the end of the day, like, you got to strike a balance between getting serious and having fun, right?
Yeah. Balance is so key.
Yeah, I see that like with you guys with your crew, it's like you guys been like you're quite social.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. we've been trying. Like, our team tries to we get together. The few 5-6 of us. If it's like a training or like we'll hang out, and
Right.
that's what I mean. I rather spend time doing that, gaining some sort of value, learning something new, and then making money while doing it. And
I'm not going to ask you how much money you made, but what was your success rate?
It's great.
It's a good year?
Yeah, like honestly, like earning a passive income like that over
Yeah.
just using my phone has been great. And it's not just with trades, like I said, with network marketing, it's a whole different
Right.
ball game, and the power of that is amazing.
Yeah.
And I spent, 3 days, we attended a GoPro. Our whole team, we rented like an Airbnb in Blue Mountain, and
Okay.
all of us got together 3 days. We had the top network marketers in the industry
Right.
pouring into us and giving us training and literally a blueprint
What
to
are
success.
some, like, maybe give a little glimpse of some of the knowledge that you've kind of obtained, but like what's the most important elements when it comes to being successful in network marketing? Like, what's important?
So having a mentor,
Okay.
right? Someone that literally has what you want, right? And just making a decision. Like, the thing with network marketing, and this goes with any type of career, right? Whatever you want to get into, I would say the biggest thing was, hey, like, make a decision that you want to do this. Believe in it. So you have to believe in it.
Right.
And that doesn't come right away, because I never had that right away.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I don't know, let me try it out. Let me see, like, does this really pay me? Like, I don't know, like, is this really like legit? Can I really do this?
Yeah.
And so I played the course, I did it, and I asked for some mentorship, and literally whatever my mentor told me to do, I did it. Right, because I see her success, and I was like, hey, how did you get there? Right, so having a mentor is definitely key, and educate yourself. Read books. Read books, attend seminars. Any type of training. Just show up. Right, even if you don't understand it, show up, and ask for guidance. And honestly, once you've made that decision, you're like, yeah, this is what I want to do.
Right.
Just stay committed to it. And understand, like, sometimes it's a very tough field, right? It comes with ups and downs, and sometimes you don't believe that you can do it.
Right.
But if you keep doing it, and you just show up, and you surround yourself with the right people, it's gonna be like engraved in your head. Subconsciously, you're gonna be like, okay, let me try this. Let me do it. Let me do what they're doing. And it's like monkey see, monkey do. Like, no network marketer out there has come up with like a crazy idea by themselves.
Right.
Like I said, if you have a mentor and you see like someone that has what you want and what they're doing, mimic them. Make it your own. Be yourself.
Right.
The last thing I want to say is like, try to be someone else. No, be yourself, because whoever you're gonna attract in your business, and they're gonna like you as a person. You have to literally sell yourself, right?
Right.
So always, be yourself. Have a mentor. Be yourself, and just, if you have limiting beliefs, try to understand what those are. Right. And if someone doesn't, like, have someone believe in you if you're not there yet.
Yeah.
Did
you have any limiting beliefs?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think I can do this.
Right.
I don't think, I can't be like her. And that's wrong. And I still sometimes, you'll feel that. You'll feel doubtful.
Okay.
It's normal.
Yeah.
It's normal. But I know that once, like, I was like, okay, there's been times, especially during COVID, whatever, I wake up and I'm like, I don't feel like doing anything.
Right.
I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to go on my story. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think this is for me. I give up.
Right.
And then because I'm surrounded by everybody that I look up to, I see them doing it. I see them go, and I'm like, oh, let me just do it. Let me just do it.
Yeah.
And when I do it, then I'm like, oh, I'm back in the game. Like, I'm here now. I attend like a training, by like, Rakan or like Lily or Afnan, and like they're like, do it, and like all these encouraging words, and I'm like, yeah, I can do this. And that's what I mean. Surround yourself with those types of people, right? And if you do, like, even if you don't believe in yourself right away, someone is gonna believe in you. Right. So find that person that's going to say, no, I believe in you. You're going to do it anyways. You're like, yeah, okay, I can do this. I can do this. Until you believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And so it's a roller coaster.
Yeah. I think it's important. You have to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
You talk about like, fuck, I'm back in the game. Like, think about all the times when, like, you're sitting on the couch and you're contemplating, should I go to the gym or not.
Exactly.
And that happens all the time. It's like, should I get up? I drank too much yesterday, or I'm too comfortable right now. But you end up going to the gym, you put in your reps, you
And
work
after
out.
you're like,
But I don't think anybody's ever ended a workout and said, "Oh, that I shouldn't have done this." They're like,
Exactly.
"This was great. I'm happy I got my ass out of bed.
Yeah.
I'm happy I worked out." And it's like that's all it takes, right? It's like a snowball.
yeah.
The most important thing the most important step when it comes to making a really good snowball is literally the packing. The pack. You gotta pack it, and then that's like network marketing too. And then everything just rolls, right?
It's like, yeah, exactly. You're making a snowman.
Yeah, and depending on the weather too. Sometimes the snow might be a little too. By the way, I did not smoke anything at all. These are right. But
He's telling the
these are
truth.
valid analogies, I think. I have a lot of elevator thoughts, but yeah, look at snow. Like there might be one day where you get some good packing snow. On a different day, it's fluffy snow. Like some days you're not gonna have your mojo, and other days you will. You just gotta keep.
Some days you're gonna make a snowball that's like the perfect one, and sometimes it's gonna be really icy and cold and like whatever. But at least it doesn't have to be perfect. At least you made a snowball.
Exactly, and then next
Whatever
day
size it
you make a
is.
snowman.
Yeah.
Up your game a little bit, make a fort.
Make a fort. I made those growing up. Did you make those?
I did too, dude.
Yeah.
I did. I was at my parents yesterday, and I came across a box of Crazy Bones.
Crazy Bones.
Do you remember Crazy Bones?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So me and my girl, we played Crazy Bones in the living room. It was a nice walk through memory lane, but it was nice because it was a nice reminder, a gentle reminder of the '90s of how life was simple.
Yeah.
There was a song I was listening to. I forgot who, but there was a line that was said. It's like, I miss the days when time was slow. I feel like as you get older and as you get busier, and there's nothing wrong with it, but I miss the days when, a summer that usually was just 2 months, July and August, felt like an entire year.
Yeah.
You'd go back to school in
It's
September.
true, yeah.
You wear your champs your long
Yeah, yeah.
tees, which everybody else was wearing too.
Yeah.
And like, it felt like in a completely new year.
That's true.
Everyone looked different. After
Yeah.
a summer away from each other, everyone looked different. Everyone got taller. Everyone had...
Now
but
it's like time is going by way too fast.
it's way too
We're in
fast.
2021.
I know. Like it's
And
still
we're in a global pandemic.
that has no end in sight. I think that's the scary part.
Yeah.
What do you think about? Well, you know what? Listen, before that question, I do something called a Sunshine Round. It's like a speed round of questions.
Okay.
Try to loosen things up a little bit,
Okay.
get to know you a little bit more.
All right.
Not that I know quite a bit about you, but I want to try to. These are just random questions. Is your beer full, or
No, it's empty.
do you mind grabbing
Yeah.
two more beers? I was thinking about that. I was like, just at the bottom. Sorry, this is a bachelor fridge. It's not as full as one would
it's
expect.
always
I think it's more of a downtown fridge. I feel like no matter how much I spend, let's say there's like $150 in groceries,
And it's a white fridge.
and it's a white fridge, yeah. But cheers, thank you. Yeah, it doesn't matter how much I spend on groceries. I feel like you spend $150 downtown, and you compare $150 that you would spend at Costco.
And you're one person too. You're like, how?
Yeah, like it's hard because veggies would go, but like with salads and stuff and all
Yeah.
that, like you have to eat quickly, right? But
Start freezing stuff.
cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, so we are gonna get into this. I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions. Try to answer them as honestly and as quickly as you possibly can. Let's do this.
All right, let's do this.
What's your favorite restaurant in Toronto?
Oh wow, in Toronto. Oh my god. I like Sophia.
Okay. Sophia's good. Sophia's right here.
Yeah.
Neighbor. Is it Yorkville, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Are you a morning person or a night person?
Night person.
Describe yourself in 3 words.
Lazy, sometimes.
Okay.
I know, right? So weird how you, right?
I would never. at
Lazy
least
but
you're-
ambitious
and honest.
and honest. I'm actually sometimes too honest. But actually, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm lazy when I have to be. I'm a Taurus, man. I'm an earthy person. So
What month is Taurus again?
May.
May. Okay.
Yeah, I know I sidetracked with your questions, but yeah, during the week I'm go go go. Weekends I'm like, don't talk to me for a little
Balance is key.
bit. Balance is key.
Balance is key.
Yeah.
Okay. If you could trade lives with anyone for a day, who would it be and why?
Oh my god, if I was to trade lives with anyone, this is a hard one.
They get harder.
If I was to trade lives with anyone and why?
Dun, 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 dun.
I don't know. Can I come back?
Who's the first person that comes to mind?
I don't think I've ever wanted to be someone else.
Yeah?
This is a weird question. Yeah.
Like if someone, like if there was a fairy now and they gave, I promise you guys I'm not high, but like fairy came and she's like, I grant you one single wish to be anybody for a day. Who would it be? Who would you want to be?
Beyonce.
Beyonce?
Yeah.
Queen Bee?
Queen Bee.
Okay,
Because
okay.
she is Queen Bee.
That's a good answer.
And like I want to know what she does on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like, and this is going to be a next question as well. This was going to be my next question. If you could have dinner with a celebrity, who would it be? Would it be Beyonce or would it be?
If I was to have dinner with a celebrity. Actually, it would probably be Beyonce or like Rihanna, because I resonate with Rihanna a little bit. you
Yeah.
know?
That'd be so intimidating. Imagine
It would
like,
be so intimidating. But I've had a dream before where I was friends
what would you
with
guys
Beyonce.
eat? Like, what would you guys have for dinner?
I don't know.
Imagine having chicken wings with Beyonce.
I actually had a dream that I was friends with her.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Manifest that.
it's weird, right?
Yeah.
That I met her and she's like, Sonia, I remember you.
And you know, when you see Beyonce in person, you should say that to her. Be like, hey, we met in my dream.
She's
Good
gonna
to
be
see
like,
you again.
You're crazy. Security? Get this bitch out of here.
It's like, I saw this one video where someone was like, some girl was mad at her boyfriend. She's like, you cheated on me. The boyfriend's like, what the fuck? Like,
In your dream.
in my dream. Like, and she was legit pissed. She was probably acting.
I'm not even gonna
For the
lie.
sake of the gram,
I've gotten
but-
that from the other side.
Like in
and
real life.
yeah, like from a guy. And
From
I'm
a guy.
I'm like, wow, you're
Wait,
pissed.
how did that conversation?
No, I don't.
Oh wait, you just told me.
Sorry, that was my. That was serious.
Let's not go there. Don't want to talk about it.
You know, perfect segue to the next question. Would you rather read an awesome book or watch a good movie?
Watch a good movie.
Would you rather have X-ray vision or magnified hearing?
Magnified hearing.
If you're stuck in an island, what's that one food that you could eat for the rest of your life?
Pizza.
Hands down. Favorite pizza in Toronto? Or anywhere?
You know what? I really like. I miss Big Slice.
The one that was on Yonge? Like
Yeah.
the original? Yeah, I totally forgot about Big
Big
Slice.
Slice was so good.
Big Slice was right next to Zanzibar.
Oh, so
Yeah.
good, man.
It was
Such good pizza. And they were open late.
it was a good late night joint.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
had what's it called? I had Blondies a couple days ago. It's really good.
I heard about. I think I've had Blondies.
Amita loves Blondies.
She does. I think I had it with her, or maybe
she is the brand ambassador. She should get paid.
she.
like-
That's affiliate marketing.
Yep. There you go. She
What-
talks about Blondies all the time. She just
See?
doesn't get paid for it.
Exactly, people.
Okay. Next question. Would you rather lose your phone or would you rather lose your keys?
Keys.
Your front row at Coachella. Your top 3 artists. Headline artist. Who would you want to see?
I don't know about these questions. This one in particular, I don't know.
You can skip this question and just have a swig of that beer.
Yeah, okay, let's do that. Cheers.
Hmm.
You know what? Like, I don't really have a specific artist.
You
I know I'm
you
bored.
racked up. I'm gonna make this. I was gonna say lottery, but you know what? You just liquidated $100,000 from your crypto wallet. You made 100 moolah, and you're in the mood to spend it. What's the first material thing you would buy for yourself?
Maybe a Chanel bag or these Prada boots that I really want.
Nice. Would you?
And I wouldn't buy. I mean, I don't think I would. I wouldn't buy a car or anything.
Okay.
So an item that I can wear and maybe like a property beside. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe a beach
I mean,
house. Maybe.
beach house sounds good. By the Bluffs.
Oh, no, not by the bluffs. Thank you. I want to see palm trees, not like water full of like E. coli. Like, I want blue water and palm trees and sand.
Would you rather go into the past and meet your ancestors or go into the future and meet your great-great-grandchildren?
Grandchildren.
What would you say to them?
Oh my God. What would I say to them?
Like your great
Live your life, children, and be good human beings. You know, like
yeah. You know, they probably if some old lady that I've never seen before just showed up out of nowhere and started telling me that I'm your great-great-great-grandmother.
Yeah. That's a crazy.
I'd be like, yeah, this is a crazy cat lady.
Right? I would be really weird too. I won't blame them if they would like start like, I don't know, throwing things at me.
Would you rather have more time or more money?
More time.
More time?
Yeah.
What that's a segueing into the next part now. Like, I guess going into 2021, we have no idea how this year is gonna shape up to be, like how it's gonna unravel. But I guess in your personal life, what are you most looking forward to?
I'm actually looking forward to meeting my future self, who I'm working towards.
When you close, like, who do you see?
Like when I see her, I'm gonna be like in the mirror and be like,
is your name still Sonia in the future? Or?
oh, it's definitely Sonia in the future, yeah.
And
But
what
I'm
does she
gonna be like,
what does she look like?
I'll be like, hey, bitch, nice
She's-
to meet ya.
Oh, I see that Chanel bag that you got that I always
Like,
want.
I'll be like walking past, I'm like, sorry, have we met before? You know? No, honestly, I'm looking forward to that because they always say, enjoy the journey, enjoy the process.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying it, but I can't wait to meet who I am, a year, 2 years, 5 years from now.
Right.
And envisioning where I want to be. And, obviously I'm a family oriented person. I want to be married. I want to have kids. I want to
Right.
be able to, I have that ideal kind of, vision, but
Yeah.
I'm excited for myself actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. I'm happy. Like,
Yeah.
I think that being excited for your future is a very important first step that you're heading in the right direction.
Yeah.
Right. I think that, like, had you asked me a year ago that, Sonny, how long are you going to stay at this condo for? I'd be like, forever. Like,
Yeah,
I ain't leaving this place.
And now
look at me. I'm leaving in 3 weeks, right? I think
Crazy.
that, as much as we foresee how we're going to be a year from now, there's like 80% of that is going to change, right?
Yeah.
And hopefully for the positive, like more positive than the negative, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
I think it all starts with you though.
Mm-hmm.
You have the ability to, even if it is negative now,
Yeah.
you can make it positive.
It's
you
so
just
true, huh?
you just gotta change, small things and work towards that. And it's hard though, right?
Yeah.
Because
How do you shift that mindset from a negative to a positive? Like, what have
first
you done to deal with that?
identify what's holding you back, right?
Right.
Like, are you waking up late? Are you drinking too much?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's holding you back? Like, why are you not focused?
Mm-hmm.
And, maybe some habits that you don't realize that you're doing, but they're actually a barrier to
Mm-hmm.
who you want to become. Again, just being self-aware. And then once you've identified it, change it.
Yeah.
And it takes time.
Right.
It takes 21 days at least to form a habit, but it takes time.
Yeah. Look at us, me and you,
Yeah.
2 years ago
Oh.
when we used to hang out to where we are today.
I know.
I know we're both being successful and aiming to be more successful in our respective fields. But, it started with like changing yourself with the
Yeah.
people you surround yourself with, habits, and then just
That's a big one.
one thing leads to another, right?
It's as simple as you thinking, oh my God, I'm always so late to something. Like, I'm always so late. Well, you're going to always be late.
Right.
Instead, start saying, hey, I'm always early. I'm always early. And like, that's what I mean about affirmations, having like, we say these things without thinking about it and how it actually affects us subconsciously and how it actually dictates your future behavior in the same situation. We don't realize that. And so just a small thing like that it can really help you change your mindset.
It's a huge catalyst because like
crazy.
we oftentimes get so strung up on the things we don't do
Yeah.
that we don't give enough emphasis and appreciation and a pat on the back on the things that we do.
Exactly.
You know, like even if you show up on time to a meeting, that's still a good thing.
Yeah.
But we don't think about that. We think about, well, I should have done this, or I didn't do that, or I fucking didn't have my, you know,
We
like.
have to be kinder to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, like be nicer to yourself.
Yeah, like chill.
Yeah, like just
Be like me.
yeah, you're pretty chill.
Like, no, it's true though. I think that having self-compassion is huge.
Yeah.
Empathy is huge. You know, we talked about the positives of social media, which is great. You know, but the negatives too, like this constant comparison.
Mm-hmm.
You can compare yourself and make that work for you as well. If someone else is more successful than you, well, study your competition, see what they're doing right that you can do better and that you can emulate in your life, and then chase your dreams in that respect, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's going to be like moving back home.
That's going to be a transition.
It's going to be a bit of a transition, 3 years, I think.
Are you ready for mom?
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's like her house, her rules. Now back to that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's warranted, though, because I'm like,
But
honestly...
you know, I feel like you'll be there for a little bit and then you'll be fine.
It's temporary.
It's temporary.
It's temporary.
Yeah.
But even then, like, I mean, I'm saving.
Exactly.
I'm saving money, right?
That's the positive.
I mean, I might be giving up a little bit of my freedom. That's fine. But I think that right now, there's not really much to do in the city anyways. What am I really doing?
Exactly.
You know, I'm fortunate that I have this podcast, but like, I can only feel for the people that are in their condos that have a 9 to 5, but even the ones that don't.
Yeah, the ones that are just relying on government checks and stuff. It's hard.
All you people in Tulum, I see you.
I know, right? Oh my god, I was gonna say something,
that'd
but
be
I'm
awful,
not gonna.
though.
I'm not
That'd
gonna.
be awful if you get like a CERB check and you are in Tulum.
Yeah.
Not that I listen. If you can travel, as long as like you come back and you're quarantining and stuff. But
Well,
it's
now
just,
they have the new rule as of the 7th. You have to get a negative test before coming back into Canada.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
You
which
have
is
to
good.
you have to get that prior to boarding.
Right. Yeah. Prior.
plane, yeah.
So you have to get a test there.
Yeah, I think I was looking forward to traveling this year, but it doesn't look like we're going to be going back to...
So, I mean, I've kind of bent the rules a bit. I did travel last year in
Did you?
November. Yeah, I went to Louisiana. My girl is there.
You
My girl, she's
did.
originally from Toronto, but she's a doctor there.
Right.
And so she's been telling me, come. And I'm like, you know what? You know, like, you're a doc, fine. If anything goes wrong, like, you got me, girl, right? So she's like, yeah, I got you. So I went to go visit her, and she's in Shreveport, so she's not in, like, we didn't do, you know.
How was Louisiana? Is it your first time?
It was my first time. Honestly, amazing. Like, everyone that she introduced me to, like, everyone was really welcoming.
You tried that southern fried chicken?
Oh, I definitely did. But that southern hospitality is a real thing. I really enjoyed it. She's like my sister. So we were there, and we did in between. It's like a 3 or 2.5 hour drive from Shreveport to Dallas.
Okay.
So we spent 2 nights in Dallas. And,
Nice.
Yeah, I had to quarantine on the way back. It was
How
fine.
was
I was
it-
working from home. I abided by the rules, guys. Like, you know. So it was good.
Yeah, don't start hashtagging boycott Sonia.
I swear, I quarantined.
I mean, there's been... I guess it's different. Like, if you're holding public office...
Yeah.
All these politicians that are getting like roasted right now because they're saying don't do this, but they're doing it, right?
I don't understand why they're doing it. Like, you're in the public eye. Why would you do it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely like against that, but I think that it's unfortunate. Like, I think I was reading something, this article, they were saying vaccines are rolling out, but there's 2 doses that are required per person. There's about you need about 12 to 15 billion doses for the whole world, and I think at the level that these doses are being produced, right, it's going to take at least 24 to 36 months.
Wow, yeah.
So Canada might be far off. Like, we might do better than other countries.
Yeah.
Might be way sooner, but as a global community, it's going to be at least 20,
Are you gonna
23.
get it?
Am I going to get it? Give me 2 if it's free.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to get it for sure. I don't understand why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, if
I wouldn't
people-
be one of the first bunch to get it, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if they put restrictions and stuff, and I'm like, hey, I want to travel, or I want to, get out, and fine. I'll,
I mean,
get it
like,
done.
listen, like,
Yeah.
reactions happen to various medicines and vaccines all the time. This is a bit more under a telescope because it's like, or a microscope, because it's like, you might have one allergy reaction out of, let's say, a million people. That's going to become the headline. And that's going to instill fear and scare people. But I think, it's necessary.
Yeah.
What else? But then here's the thing. What about the people that are not going to? You just asked me a question. You're like, hey, are you going to take the vaccine? What about the people that are not going to take the vaccine? It's like, what are you going to do? Nightlife, like I was talking to Sergio, like, now is it going to be a requirement? If you don't have the vaccine, you can't come in. Because then that's a form of restriction then, right? Yeah. So it's going to become mandatory if you think about it.
For sure.
Because like if I can't walk into, let's say,
if that's where it's going, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Would you get it?
Yeah, I would get it.
You were a little like.
I was a little, but I like I said, I wouldn't be the first bunch.
Right.
But I would get it. I mean, thankfully, I'm in good health. I don't have any allergies or allergic reaction to any type of medicine so far that I know of. So I would definitely get it. And also, like, it's not even just for me. It's for my parents and,
Yeah. I think that's the most important thing.
Too, right? Because I could be immune to it.
Right.
And maybe I'm a carrier, but if I'm around someone who's vulnerable, like I don't want to be responsible for that. So, I got sick just like last week, and my mom's like freaking out, right? I'm like, Mom, people can get just sick now, like too, like we're just so paranoid. Yeah. And I had like strep. Went to the doctors and whatever, and I'm good. But
did you get tested or?
I did not get tested, but like symptoms.
Sorry, can you put your mask on?
Yeah, I wasn't symptomatic. I had my sense of smell, my taste, everything. But during this time, I don't know what it is around January or New Year's. I always get like a throat infection or strep throat or something. It's happened like 2 years ago, same thing. And I know my body, and I'm like, I don't have it.
Yeah.
Good. But still, like, you're paranoid.
Yeah.
I wore my mask around my mom because I'm like, I got antibiotics and stuff. So I'm like, let me just, see the course and hopefully I feel better.
See how you feel in a couple of days.
Yeah, but my mom was freaked out.
So I got tested.
But I'm fine, Sonny, don't worry. And you're like covering your face there or something.
No, I was coughing. I usually get sick around this time of the year too.
Yeah.
Strep throat at least once a year.
See?
But I haven't gotten sick this year though, because I feel like I've been keeping a little more, like all of us have, like with our masks, with our washing our hands.
Yep.
It gets me thinking I can never go back to not doing that. Like, I know. I think about now, like, whoa, all the things I used to touch before.
One thing that's good about all this, you're
you're
aware of hygiene. Like, we should be doing this stuff
anyways.
There's
a door downstairs that connects the foyer to the hallway. It allows me to go down from my condo without going outside. I can go to the path, and the path is connected to Yonge and Bloor subway station. So in the winter, I don't even put on a jacket. I go straight down to the path from my elevator. But that door, I thought about this, the number of people that open that door.
Yeah.
In a pre-COVID world, it's like you open the door and you're fine. But like it's still like, you should still wash your hands every time you come home and stuff. But now it's a little bit more paranoia.
First thing I came here, I went to and I washed my hands. It's a habit.
Yeah.
Even your groceries, I don't know if you do this, but
I do. Like
vinegar or water, like we wash everything.
The bottle,
everything.
Even these cans.
Yeah. Okay, good. I was gonna say when I was taking it out, I'm like, I don't know, did he wash this?
Even these cans. Yeah. I went to St. Lawrence Market a couple, I think it was 2 weeks ago. All the produce, everything we got, super cheap, by the way.
Yeah.
You should check out St. Lawrence. Yeah. I got like a shitload of veggies and stuff for like $20.
What?
Yeah.
I need to come down
fresh,
there more often.
It's fresh from, like, I think they're all from the farm.
I don't shop there, but I should.
I don't shop there often either. Yeah. This is maybe my 4th time, and I was like, I need to come here more often.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm leaving in 3 weeks, so I'm trying to make the most out of it. But
and then after, it's gonna be home cooked food. That's gonna be a bonus, though. You're not gonna have to worry about cooking your own food. Like, Mom, make me this. It's healthy, this and that. She'll be like, no problem. Whatever you want, I got you.
Pinya, whatever you want.
That's gonna be the bonus. I mean, you might have to start working out a little bit more because Mama's gonna be feeding you well.
You know what? I still need to work out because I think I've been ordering a lot of Uber Eats.
Convenient. Hey, you're helping local businesses.
Because I've been doing that now because I'm like, if I'm going to go back to Scarborough, it's much easier for me to order all the foods I enjoy now downtown than because I'm going to go home and save money anyways. Yeah. So as much as my not resolution, but I wanted to cook more. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna wait a couple
You
more
cook
weeks.
pretty well. You cook healthy.
I do.
Yeah, I've seen
But
some of
like,
your-
I think, you know what? I think the last couple months, I'm up like, I've been a little bit more on the lazy side.
Winter.
Winter,
Cold.
honeymoon pounds.
Yeah.
You know when you
Yeah.
just
When you're happy in your
You're happy.
relationship. Oh, so cute.
But yeah, I need to get back. Any how's your fitness goals coming along? You did yoga. I didn't. So I just remembered now.
Yeah,
a couple
yoga
years
teacher.
ago. A couple years ago. So you are a yoga teacher.
Yeah. I'm a full-out yoga teacher.
What asaya? What practice?
Honestly,
What type of yoga?
it's like vinyasa.
Vinyasa, okay.
Mostly vinyasa.
What's
and
asaya?
hatha.
What's asaya again? Did I just make that word up? Is asaya a word? Is it? I think.
I think there's different kinds, like obviously different types. Maybe look it up.
I'm
There's
looking
different kinds, and I haven't been practicing for the last little bit, but you maybe I don't know if it's asana means like just
Wait,
breath.
it's not asaya. It's asana.
It's asana. Okay, I was gonna say. I'm like, I think it's asana. But really, yeah, like I did that for a bit.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I mean, I haven't done it in so long, and
Right.
I've been thinking about it because I'm so busy now,
Yeah.
and I'm just go. Even during like it's so weird, but I work until like 8-9 o'clock every day.
Yeah.
And so I really need to shut my mind off and like reconnect with my breath, my body, and I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
I need to get back into it.
Do
'cause I
you
miss it.
do you meditate daily or?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't meditate daily. I do listen to some like relaxation, on some whatever.
Yeah.
I like guided meditations because if you have a busy mind, someone that's guiding you into a meditative state, it's a lot easier to follow. So I do that. I do put something like that occasionally,
What do
just to
you-
kind of reset. But
what do you
there's a bunch of
use?
stuff on Spotify.
You use Headspace or?
So there's a bunch of stuff on Spotify.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, there's a bunch on Spotify.
Yeah, I use.
Yeah.
I need to get back into it, but I use Headspace.
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
about Headspace too.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I need to get back. That's kind of like my grounding roots. It's just, that's
Yeah.
how I used to have anxiety. I don't know if I told you, but that's the reason why I got into yoga in the first place.
When
before.
did you have it?
That was like I was in university.
right.
Life happens. A lot of things that happened in life.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, so I remember and that wasn't the main reason why I got into it. I was like, hey, hot yoga was a thing, it was such
Bikram
a,
yoga, hot yoga.
everyone's
yeah.
like, oh, you haven't tried hot yoga yet, and like it was more so for like weight loss, feeling good, want to be fit. So I'm like, let me try this.
Yeah.
It's cool. Like you're doing hot yoga in this hot room. Like what is this all about? So Moksha, started with Moksha, and
Which
after
location did you go to?
the Markham one. I used to live in Markham.
Oh yeah, okay.
So the one near Markville Mall.
They have locations everywhere. You know what I used to do? I used to take the $60 the promo. And,
the promo. That's how I started.
and it would be only location specific. So I would
Yeah.
just go to different locations.
And just re-register. Yeah, I know. I did that like maybe twice, but
Yeah.
that's how I got into it. And I was like, let me try this. Let me see what this is all about. And then after like maybe my first class, second class, I walked out of there and I'm like, whoa, I feel so much lighter. I feel like a new person. Like I'm so calm. I'm like, why haven't I done this sooner? And yeah, I got fit and I loved it, the sweat. And then I like over time, I'm like, wow, I'm more in control of my breathing.
Right.
And how I react to stressful situations. And that was the connector for me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, this is amazing. Like I didn't realize how much, like just how my body was reacting to certain things. And again, self-awareness, right? And I think that's where it started, where I'm like,
It's
this
like,
is mentally it's helping me, right? And I'm becoming more aware of myself, and that mind-body connection. And I was like, okay, I need to start getting into this deeper.
Right. I was just going to say that mind-body connection because like even when I do meditation, for example, one of the most basic things they tell you to do in guided meditation is, you start breathing and then as you're breathing, you count 1 to 10 deep breaths. And then it's like, you analyze your body from head to toe. You scan your body and you see how your body is moving as you breathe. And you don't notice
You don't.
how your shoulders move every time you
Yeah.
breathe in and breathe out, your
Yeah.
diaphragm, your chest.
Yeah.
we don't pay attention
You don't.
to our body.
Yeah.
Like, we don't pay attention to the little things. It's in those moments when I realize, okay, where's my tightness? Where's
Exactly.
my
like
aches?
exactly.
Where's my stiffness? And I'm like, whoa. And so as I'm talking about this, I miss doing it because it's like, it's honestly a necessary reset to your day because, it gives you a clean slate.
I used to do it at my old workplace, and like for lunch sessions. I used to do it for my work people.
For your corporate?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it was great because it's like you're at a desk all day and you're so tense and whatever. And so, like a quick 30-minute, I used to do a 30-minute. We had an hour lunch, and
You should bring it back.
Yeah.
Listen, you know why I say that? Like, I when I talk about hustles and I talk about things you should do in life, I have a rule, right? You have your 9 to 5, which pays your bills. You have a side hustle to build your, build wealth.
yeah, build wealth,
Build
on
your
dreams.
empire,
Yeah.
work on your dreams. You have your creative endeavor. That's something that allows you to bring that inner child out. So for me, it's podcasting, right? For other people, it could be art, it could be music, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then lastly, fitness is a big one.
Yeah.
Health and fitness. Focusing on your body is just as important because it manifests, you focus on these 4 pillars. I feel like for me, at least, it works because I have a level of fulfillment that my life is well-rounded. Essentially, if I can get every facet to make money, even better.
Right?
Right. But like with yoga, I feel like now that we're more working from home and
Yeah.
even when we return back to the office, there's going to be this concept of flexible work schedules. People are going to want to set up home gyms. People are already setting up home gyms.
They're everywhere. Yeah.
People are not expected to go back to, like, I don't see myself going back to good life
Yeah.
ever again. And then yoga. So yeah, bring it back.
Yeah.
I think,
Because like physical fitness, I mean, being fit, you also have to be mentally fit.
yeah, they go
right?
hand in hand.
They go hand in hand, right? And you could look great, but if you're not mentally fit, I mean, you're not gonna feel it. You're not gonna actually, So, and I think by default, you do become more mentally aware as you go through the process of becoming physically fit. I think they do go hand in hand, but
Right.
I think we sometimes we forget about that.
Yeah.
We have to be mentally fit as well.
You gotta build those calluses, right? You got
Yeah.
to. It's like being physically fit is not even as important as it is to be mentally fit because it goes in line with a lot of things like confidence. A lot of times we work out because, when we work out, it builds our self-esteem and our confidence, and that goes hand in hand with our mindset.
Oh, for sure.
So like, don't get me wrong. Like when you work out and you're ripped and you're healthy and you feel healthy, it makes you think differently. It makes you feel differently. You tie that with meditation. Now you're grounded. Now you know what your baseline is, so you can level up to the next level.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, it just becomes a life of go, 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 go. This, that, da 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 da, and before
And
you
like-
know it, it's 2021. It's like,
Yeah,
shit,
right.
back in the hot seat again, dude.
What's definitely important? I think putting yoga into your routine, build your muscles, get jacked up, whatever, but your muscles are tense, right? And so when you even guided meditation or whatever, like you said, you don't realize why you're squinting. So it's if you're focusing, focus on, your forehead and relax your eyebrows, create space between your eyebrows and,
Right.
And then scan your body going down, release your jaw. Like if you're tense, release your jaw, stick your, the tongue at the top of your mouth and then release your jaw. And so like stuff like that.
I mean,
And even your shoulders, whatever, because
Yeah.
when you're working out, you feel tense.
Yeah.
I feel like you need to stretch it out. You need to be, you need to
I feel like I need to incorporate yoga.
create some sort of
do
range
some
of,
sort of
yeah,
stretching in the morning.
You do, yeah, definitely. I
don't
need to
do
do
that.
it again because I missed that.
Well, cheers to that. Let's bring it's just a promise to ourselves to.
You want to start a yoga, like a video conference or like a yoga session, online yoga session?
Dude, that reminds me, it's so funny. David's in Tulum. David Kim. Yeah, he's having a blast, but he's teaching from there.
Yeah.
He's doing virtual classes.
You did all his classes. He's crazy.
Yeah, he's
a
crazy.
beast.
I mean, the good thing with trainers is that you gotta adapt, you know.
So he's working, he's chilling in Tulum
Yeah.
and making a living there. It's amazing. He's goals.
Dude, listen, he was, I mean, I know he's not going to listen to this podcast, especially an hour and 15 minutes in, but
We're an hour and 15 minutes in.
we're an hour and 30.
Wow, Sunny.
So, but like he was super hungover, and it was a corporate class. So it was like, and I was like the bridge. Because I
Yeah.
gave him the contact. I'm like, hey, my company wants to do boot camps. Let's do it. Dude, he was super hungover. And I could tell he was like, what's up, guys? Welcome to the... And I could tell. He told me, you give me a heads up anyways.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, David, let's just cut straight to the work.
Yeah.
But he, you know what? He came through. He pulled it.
yeah.
He pulled it through. I
Not
think...
gonna lie, you know, I love my wine and stuff. I've done some yoga sessions, you know, a little bit hungover off wine, and I'm like, breathe it out, like, breathe it.
Release those toxins.
It helps, man, and that energy comes from somewhere. It does.
does.
It does. You that's awesome, though.
Yeah. That's the truth. So, you know, as we wind down on the podcast, I want to ask you a question, I guess, you know, parting words to everybody, but more importantly, yourself. If, you know, to the future you know, I think it'd be cool to 1 year from now to go back to this episode and listen to this episode to see where you were. Because, you know, sometimes I do that with myself. I'm like, well, where was I? Like this time last year, I recorded a podcast, and to see where my thought processes were back there,
Yeah.
it's kind of eerie because it's
Yeah.
now it's readily accessible on Spotify. I can go to
Yeah,
Spotify,
and you can
search
go-
up Always Sunny in the Six,
Yeah.
Sonia Rayat. What are you going to tell future you? First of all, what's up, future Sonia?
What up, Sonia? Future Sonia, how you doing, boss bitch? I'm trying not to swear so much.
You
but
can swear all you want.
yeah. I'm gonna say to my future self, like, fuck, I'm proud of you, girl. Like, legit, I'm proud of you. And the amount of growth, I think. Another thing I want to add to this is like, I started this journey in May. It was a birthday gift to myself. I didn't
Right.
tell you this, but it was a birthday gift to myself, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
Mm-hmm.
And just seeing my progress in 7 months, I'm like, whoa, I feel closer to God. You know, I'm a lot more spiritual. I've grown in so many ways mentally, and I'm more in tune with who I am and who I want to be. And so a year from now, I feel like I'm just going to be closer to that goal. I may not be all the way there, but I see myself breaking through my fears. I feel that I'm going to come out of this year and say, yeah, I'm doing, you know, my fear is like, it's not fear, but like I was kind of nervous getting on this podcast, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I do stories all the time, but I'm nervous with public speaking and stuff. And even though I taught yoga,
Right.
it's a different space, right?
Right,
So I'm really excited to meet my ideal self.
Yeah.
You know, I have a certain number that I want to achieve on a monthly basis, my income. You know, I'm not going to disclose it, but like, you know, I've already spoken to it existence, and
Yeah.
next year I'm excited to be like, yo, I did that. You know,
Yeah.
You know, I'm at this rank. I'm making this much, and I say it to myself. That's daily affirmations in the morning.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
say it to myself.
Yeah,
I have a vision board. I wrote it. It's on my screensaver.
Love
you know,
it,
I
love
know what I want. I know what my goal is.
Right.
And so a year from now, I know what my goal is, and I can't wait. I can't wait for it. I
Yeah.
can't wait for it.
I love how you're super excited. That's how
Yeah.
you should be. Like, you know, you have 365 days.
It's yeah.
And that means 365 different opportunities.
Yeah.
And you're right. Just you know, I think just to keep being consistent, keep what's up, future Sunny, if you're listening to this. Don't
Future
stop,
Sunny,
won't
what's
stop.
up? Exactly.
But yeah, don't stop, won't stop. Just gotta keep going, right? And I think that, you know, there's gonna be a lot of hurdles. It's not gonna be easy. You know, oftentimes we're at our highs. You gotta remember your lows too.
Any successful person or anyone that you look up to, and you ask them how they got there, they're not going to say it was easy, it was smooth sailing.
Right.
Also, your story is going to be boring.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to be like, yeah, first time I did anything, I succeeded.
Yeah.
No, man, you're going to have to face yourself. You're going to have to get through some real shit.
Yeah.
But that's what makes it your story. That's what makes it all worth it, you know?
So true, so true. You want to like imagine retirement, and you're like, you know, you're 75.
Yeah.
You know, you have, I have a little bit of a hearing problem, I bet. Back in the days, you want to be able to tell some really fucked up, crazy stories, right? You don't think about the amount of times we sit in front of a Netflix movie and like, this isn't my, this isn't in my alley. It's because we look for the excitements, we look for the climaxes, we look for, the downs, but then we more importantly look for the rises. We look for the times where we conquer and prevail. And 2020 is just another chapter.
I'm definitely going to remember 2020 and 2021.
And 2021. And I think, and
maybe the next couple of years.
And like the next couple of years. And it's going to be, this is literally the biggest historical event.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my life, and we're both the same age. I'm looking back. I'm like, fuck, we've been through so many historical events.
Yeah.
But this is by far the biggest one. And to be in it, this is a worldwide pandemic.
Yeah.
It's still pretty insane.
This is a story that, it's going to be told.
It's going to be told for
generations to come, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about that. Think about when you look back at history. It's like, we read about history like the 1700s, 1800s. The 2020s is going to be.
They're going to talk about this for my future
grandchildren.
grandchildren.
I wonder. Oh yeah, the great grandchildren.
Right. This is what they're going to talk about.
This is your great grandmother from the year of the COVID-19. Like, I wonder how much exaggeration is going to go behind explaining this part of history.
Imagine what is. Yeah, it's definitely going to be exaggerated, and then we're going to be the ones like, no, this is how it really happened.
Yeah.
Let me tell you the real story. I don't think that not much has changed. I mean, we live in that same world right now. Too,
yeah, I mean, we've still adapted. I think the biggest silver lining for me as well is just me time. Me time, yeah. Just me time, not feeling compelled. Like living downtown, one thing I look back at is when I first moved here, I felt like there was a compelling, like this elephant in the room that constantly pushed me out of the condo to tell me, okay, go to King Street or go out and do something.
You're not alone. A lot of people.
And it's like I had to do something. I had to go socialize. Yeah. It's Friday night. It's imperative for me to go to a certain place or to meet so-and-so to grab drinks.
I remember that, Sonny.
Yeah, right?
That's why I was seeing it today, and like everything that you've been doing, I'm like, this is I like this side.
Yeah, it's positive. I think everybody's changed, and it's just like everyone's had don't get me wrong, like I'm happy that I had that period of time in my life.
It was fun.
Because I never want to look back and be like, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. I did everything, right? But I'm happy in the direction that I'm headed in, because it's like there's no external stimuli. Yeah. It's just me, myself, and I, and my girl. And you kind
of were forced.
And that's it.
You're kind of forced to be like that, but it's like, it's...
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. You're not alone.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can share in on that sentiment. But yeah, Sonia, this has been...
This has been great.
Right? See, it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
You come walking in here all nervous.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I think
it was awesome.
It's like, and we normally do this all the time. Like, it's just literally a conversation, shoot the shit.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming down.
No, I appreciate you having me. It's awesome. Like, I was really looking forward to this.
Yeah, I think next time we'll do this again, it will definitely be at a different location.
Yeah.
Yeah. But any parting words? Any shout outs?
Any shout outs? Shout out to my future self. No, I'm joking. Honestly, no. Like, I know it's a tough time for everybody. Again, we're all adapting. Right. But for anyone out there that's listening, that they're listening to you for a reason too. And I would just say, like, if you want to get something done, if you have a goal in mind, like just do it. Just make the decision, and do something every day to just get there, baby steps. Even if it's baby steps, a step is better than no step, and I remind myself of that. I'm not perfect. I don't have it all figured out. Right. But I'm like, I know why I'm doing this, right? And I know where I want to be. So if you're struggling with goal setting, if you're struggling with that, I would say get to know yourself a little bit better and change your mindset. And, it takes time to rewire and just focus on your goal. Yeah. So that's my parting words, and really, and I'm thankful for every opportunity I've come across. I'm thankful for, the people that I'm surrounded by. They constantly push me. And even when I did not believe in myself, they believed in me. And so that's why I think, you're so right. I'm just grateful. I have a job, I'm able to provide for myself and my mom, and I'm able to, dedicate time to my business, and I've built something during a pandemic. So yeah, and I don't, honestly, anything is possible. It's just you just got to make the decision, take the risk, and just go for it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Cheers to
man.
that. Cheers
Just
to
do
that.
it. Cheers.
Awesome. I think you're totally right. Like, sorry, not I think. I know you're right. I think perfection is just it's an idea that we chase. We think about perfection. You got to remember, perfection is just it's a moment in time.
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist because once you get to a certain level, perfection keeps changing.
You know what we say in our industry? Perfection or wanting perfection or leading to perfection is just another way of saying that you're procrastinating. Perfection doesn't exist, right? And do it messy. Just do it. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, just do it.
Who
Be
gives a
better,
shit?
level up,
Yeah.
and enjoy the process.
Yeah, and don't compare your stage 5 to someone's stage 50.
Yeah,
I
like that. Yeah.
Don't compare that, right?
Yeah,
And so
right.
it's hard. It is hard because we do compare. Social media, we compare ourselves all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Just know that if you're stage 5, whatever, that strive to be better and work towards it, but don't ever compare yourself. You don't know what that person's done, how long they've been doing this, or what they've been through, and so yeah. We do tend to compare ourselves a lot. And,
Yeah, just remember everything. What we share on the gram and what we share on social media, oftentimes it's literally the 50th, probably the 50th picture first of all.
Dude, how many takes I take, and I'm just like, that's not good. And then
But that's the thing, that simple thing of posting a
Yeah.
picture. Let's say
Yeah.
it's 50 iterations, right?
Yeah.
And that's just with everything. No one sees the work behind the grind that you do. No one sees the failures. No one sees the lows. No one sees or feels the moments where you're like, why am I doing this
Yeah.
podcast? And
I think we need to do a better job at that, because that's how people connect.
yeah. How can we?
Just instead of showing all the great things, show maybe some of the things that you struggle with, because everybody struggles with stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So if you share, I talk about it all the time. I'm like, yeah, this is, it took me 50 tries to talk on my story, but I'll say it, I'm like, guys, I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, you speak so well. And I mean, you said that to me as well, but I'm not perfect. It took me a long time. I have to try to articulate my words, and sometimes it's hard to do that. Right. But you have to keep trying, and it's okay to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like I said, don't compare your stage 5 to someone's stage 50, and you don't really know what goes behind the scenes,
You
right?
don't.
And I think we need to do a better job at showing that, because that's, people are like, oh, wow, she's, or he's, so successful, and I want to be like her, but she's also human.
Yeah.
She's not perfect.
Yeah.
And I think people resonate with that a lot more.
So you want to start a new social media?
Like what?
Yeah.
Right? I don't know, man.
I talked about it already in a previous episode, where it's like, imagine a social media platform where you show your failures and your low, not your lows, but your failures and your tries, and not necessarily your successes.
Yeah.
But that's why I like podcasting, because on Instagram and whatnot, you always see the end product. But podcasting, we can dive into these conversations. We can highlight the highs, but we can also talk about how did you get there, right?
I agree.
So we'll talk to future Sonia a year from now.
A year from now, eh? Let's do it.
And hopefully, times are better. I hope everybody else stays sane, keep sane. Sonia, thanks for
Thank you, Sunny.
coming into the pod.
I had a good time.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Let's do this again. I'm not nervous anymore.
I don't think you were nervous at all.
No?
No.
I just hide it
pretty
well.
composed,
See?
pretty composed.
I hide it well.
That's why you're killing it in network marketing. All right, guys. Everybody else, have a, I don't know when I'm releasing this. I think I'm releasing it, on the weekend. Have a great weekend. Have a great January.
Have a great January.
Have a great day. Do your thing. Keep killing it. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Where can they find you, Sonia?
You can find me on Instagram, on Facebook.
On TikTok.
On TikTok. I'm pretty basic. It's literally at Sonia, Sonia .Rayat. So my first and last name. And you'll find me there doing my thing.
Sounds good. Everybody else, peace.